السلام عليكم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. عباد الله، رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. آمين يا رب العالمين. Hvala zahvalno gospodarstvu svjetova, salavat i salam poslanika Muhammeda sallallahu alejhi ve sellem u porodicu te česte ashabe i na sve one koji ga slijede sudnjega dana. Molimo Allah dželle šanu da budemo na putu istine. Amin ya rabbel alamin. Večeras ću samo ukratko, ako Bog da, s obzirom na dešavanja u Siriji, pa sam htio da, ako Bog da vas samo upoznam sa ovom, dakle, sektom koja je vladala oko 40 nešto godina, kako se nazivaju, Alevije ili, dakle, Nusejrije. Dakle, ko su oni, šta su oni, dakle, njihovo porijeklo i zašto se ovako dešavalo ovo što se dešavalo. Dakle, Nusejrije, to im je originalno njihovo ime, pa su promijenili, dakle, u Alavite da bi se bolje približili. Dakle, to je jedna sekta koja potiče, dakle, iz šiitske tradicije, dakle, ima jedinstveno skup vjerovanja, dakle, jednu cjelinu, koja se razlikuje uglavnom od islama, dakle, daleko od islama. Naročito, dakle, svojim nekim mističnim, egoističkim praksama. Recimo, porijeklo od njihov naziv, osnivač je, dakle, Muhammed ibn Nusayri. To je, dakle, učenik 11. šiitskog imama Hasana Askerija i smatra se, dakle, osnivačem ove sekte. Njegovo učenje, dakle, dovelo je da nastane, dakle, ova Nusejrijska sekta, a naziv, zašto su dobili ime Nusejrije, jer sekta je tamo 1920. godine imala, dakle, svoj naziv Alevije, kako bi više se, dakle, povezali sa islamom, sa muslimanima, naročito, dakle, sa likom Ali ibn Abi Taliba. Inače, oni su originalni Kurdi i u stvari Asadova porodica u stvari nema nikakve veze sa Sirijcima. Ono što je najbitnije, dakle, to je sve bilo planirano od samog raspada, dakle, hilafeta i Osmanlija, da se oni dovedu na vlast, jer oni su, dakle, manjina, negdje 10% ima, u stvari su zavladali su Sirijom. To je sve, dakle, išlo planom, što mi ne obraćamo vrlo često, dakle, na te činjenice. Šta je da oni vjeruju? U šta vjeruju oni? Božanstvo i trojstvo. Dakle, to je slično kršćanstvu. Dakle, Nusejri i Alevije vjeruju, dakle, u oblik božanskog trojstva. Alija kao suština Boga i Muhameda. Dakle, Muhamed je manifestacija Boga. Alija je suština Boga, a Muhamed manifestacija tog Boga. A Selman el Farisi je bio, dakle, posrednik koji vodi do božanskog znanja. Dakle, to je njihovo trojstvo. Inače, oni su na početku odbijali da prave džamije, pa su pravili džamije, pa nisu uopšte vodili računa o njima. Čak su zatvarali životinje, dakle, i svinje čak, dakle, nisu uopšte vodili računa o tim svetinjama, jer nemaju oni u stvari svetosti. I oni kriju svoju vjerost, to ne znaju, samo njihovi lideri znaju, da obični narod i ne zna, dakle, ni praksu, ni šta trebaju da rade, nego se, dakle, ponašaju onako kako im se kaže. Dakle, vjeruju da svaka historijska era ima svoje božanske figure. Božanstvo Alije, kako, na koji način vjeruju u to? Oni kažu, dakle, da se Alija smatra zemaljskom manifestacijom božanske suštine. A reinkarnacija, dakle, vjeruju, dakle, za razliku od islama, originalnog, koji vjeruje, dakle, u zagrobni život, vjeruju u džennet, vjeruju u džehennem, oni ne vjeruju u to, nego vjeruju, dakle, reinkarnaciju, ili da će duša se pretvarati ovisno njenoj dobroti ili pokvaranosti. Dakle, pod utjecajem su hindustičkih, dakle, i gnostičkih ideja, to je kod njih. Neki rituali, dakle, ne prakticiraju islamske, dakle, rituale, na primjer, nemaju dnevni namaza, nemaju, dakle, to je sve nešto simbolika. Dakle, vino koriste u ritualima koja simbolizira krv Huseina, radijallahu anhu, što podsjeća, dakle, na kršćanstvo. U kršćanstvu imate, dakle, vino kada lome onaj hljeb kao tijelo Isa alejhi salatu vesselama i umakanje u vino, odnosno umakanje u njegovu krv. Dakle, to je pokupljeno iz kršćanstva. Inače, šije odbacuju ovu sektu, govore da su dakle daleko, a i sunije isto tako. Međutim, dakle, samo njihovo vjerovanje, ovo je dakle čisti kufr, nikakve veze nema sa islamom. Tajnovita priroda, dakle, društvena struktura i njihova tajnovita priroda, većina sljedbenika, dakle, Nusejrija, Alevija, nije upoznata sa dubljim vjerovanjima sekte, dakle, nije sljedbenici, samo elita ili ulema njihova, a nema njihova, dakle, ima pristup toj njihovoj teologiji. I nemaju uopšte, dakle, veza žene nisu uopšte uključene u te rituale, to zabranjuju, dakle, skroz. Historijski kontekst ili geografski društveni, dakle, razvoj, Nusejrijska sekta, dakle, ona je pronašla utočište, oni su inače živjeli dole istočno između Irana i Iraka, dakle, dole, kako se grad zvao, zaboravio sam odakle potiču, uglavnom nemaju nikakve veze sa, dakle, Arapima, Sirijcima koji su originalni Arapi. Inače, ta, dakle, sekta probratili su, dakle, kad su lokalne kršćane na svoju tu sektu, u to vjerovanje koje oni vjeruju, i tako se širili. Historijski Nusejri su isto tako marginalizirali, dakle, od strane sunitskih i šiitskih muslimana, jedni i drugi se odbacivali, nisu ih prihvaćali. I u 19. stoljeću bivši Nusejrijci, dakle, Sulejman Adani, otkrio je, dakle, vjerovanje sekte, uključujući, dakle, rituale vinom i, dakle, tajnovitom praksom. Dakle, nemaju Ramazana, ne poste, nemaju dnevni namaza, nemaju, dakle, šarijata i tako, dakle, tako da je odbacila čak i šije, mada potiču od njiha, a i svakako sunijama ne pripadaju. Sada politički njihov kontekst, ovo što se sve dešavalo 40 nešto godina, oni Aleviti, dakle, da oni su imali svoje ime, Nusejri, ali da bi se približili više muslimanima, islamani su promijenili ime Aleviti, kao da zbog Alije radijallahu anhu, iako, dakle, manjina u Siriji imaju, dakle, značajnu političku moć, naročito, dakle, političku, ekonomsku i vojnu. Oni to sve kontroliraju, dakle, nakon dolaska, dakle, oca od ovoga, dakle, današnjeg predsjednika koji je bio, dakle, Hafiz Esed, ima jedan pjesnik, Ahmed Ševki, kaže: "Atejtul emanete li hafizin, fa dajja'al emanete wal kelbu hafizu." Ahmed Ševki? Yeah, I will just come back there. Dakle, pjesnik koji je izgovorio, dakle, poeziju, kaže: "Dao sam emanet Hafizu", dakle, Hafiz onaj koji čuva, kaže, pa je pas izgubio emanet koji mu je dat. Dakle, nazvao ga je psom. Dakle, Hafiz, dakle, 70. godine kad su on došli na vlast, on su tada ojačali, imali su, dakle, dominaciju u Siriji, političkom, vojnim strukturama, dakle, i to se dokazalo, vidjelo se, dakle, i danas da to, dakle, još se više otkrilo. Dakle, to je, dakle, jedna sekta koja van islama, van ogranka islama, koja ne pripada islamu, a koji su u stvari zavladali uz pomoć Francuza kada je bila kolonija, kada se sve raspalo, dakle, oni su planski dovedeni, njegov djed se zvao Sulejman Vahši, u stvari njegovo prezime, pa su prezime promijenili u Hafiz. Dakle, ima ljepše. Inače, Vahši znači bijesan, ali su ga promijenili, dakle, u ime Hafiz, da bude kao Hafiz Esed, da bude Esed, inače znači lav, pa da ima to ljepše značenje kako bi se, dakle, privukao. I eto, vidjeli smo da su to vladali, i svaka vladavina koja je nepravedna, ona inače traje kratko, ima kratke noge, i tako završi na ovaj način koji je završila, evo, današnja. A inače Šam je blagoslov poslanika Muhameda sallallahu alejhi ve sellem: "Allahum barik fi Šamina wa Jemenina." Allahom, gospodaru, dadni bereketa u Šamu, u našem Šamu i našem Jemenu. I to je poslanik sada 3 puta kazao, a drugi su ashabi rekli: "Wa fi Nejdina." Kaže: "U fi qarnu šejtan." Kaže: "Moli uputi dovu i za naš Nejd je u Saudijskoj Arabiji." Većina učenja, neki govori da je to u stvari Irak. Irak je malo južnije, dakle, a zna se Nežd je poznato mjesto, dakle, u Saudiji, da kažu od tamo dolaze sve fitne, svi neredi će se pojaviti od tamo. I evo vidimo, dakle, da i to, dakle, istinitost poslanika Muhameda sallallahu alejhi ve sellem, ali je bereket i iman. Nebitno koliko iskušenja se, dakle, dešavalo u Šamu, u Siriji, dakle, kaže tamo je iman uvijek očuvan i uvijek će se iman čuvati do sudnjega dana. Molim Allah da se on sačuva da i nas uputi na pravi put. Amin. So just quick reminder for all what's happening in the Bilad al-Sham. Those sect that I want to talk about, Nusayri or Alawiya, that the original name is Nusayri, but they changed it later on to come closer to the Islam and the Muslims. Of course, long history after the was the Khilaf or Osmaniya or Ottoman Empire. It was destroyed, of course, the French and the others with help with those sects who work with them. They prepare them for all this to come on this position. Of course, sometimes we don't pay attention to these historical facts, but it is reality, because the Nusayri or Alawite is a sect, is French group within the Islam. And they are not actually, their belief, well, mentioned right now, what they believe, it's not Islam, it's out of Islam completely. Even Shia, they come with from them, they reject them as well. They call them Gula. Gula means like extremists, like extreme sect. And they are extreme, as we see, they are enjoying punishing the Sunnis and killing them and all what's happening these 40 plus years. So they believe in Trinity, divinity of Imam or Imams. Unlike the majority of the 12 Shias, they have the 12 Shias who regard the Imams as divinity, like they are holy or something like that. And of course, they are taking Ali radiallahu anhu, and then they are talking as the Prophet Muhammad is essence of God, and then the Salman al-Farisi as a bab to the knowledge. So they have this kind of the Trinity. Of course, they don't believe in the life after death. They believe in the reincarnation. So if the person is good, so it changes some kind of other creatures or something like that. And they don't believe in the hell and in the heaven or Jannah and Jahannam. So there's no day of judgment. Even in the beginning, they don't pay attention to the mosques, because there is no such obligation like prayer, fasting, all the kind of the Sharia law. They don't believe in these things, and they start to build mosques because of those who put them in that position. You have to build mosques in order to show to the people that you are the one who build mosques. And they build mosques, but they don't care about the abandoned mosques. And they even put the animals inside. Some others mention the historians, they put even pigs inside those because they don't believe in these things, So they have a mystical interpretation even to the Sharia. They don't recognize all what we are, like praying 5 times a day and so on and so forth. They don't have this. But the term Alawite was, adopted in the 1920s, actually. That is the beginning of it, because they used to be Nusayris, the Sulaiman al-Wahshi's grandfather of Hafiz Asad, the father of this, what's his name? Bashar. Who is, he's not Bashar, he's, yeah. So his grandfather, actually Sulaiman, is called Wahshi. And then once they got the position, so they changed to the Asad, because it has much nicer name than the Wahshi. Wahshi is, the meaning is like wild. So they changed Hafiz al-Asad, has a nice name. And then Ahmed Shawki said this point, he wants to, show him how his reality, and he was right. He's أعطيت الأمانة لحافظ فضيع الأمانة والكلب حافظ. So he named him the kelb, his dog, because he lost his aman, his trust, because he was and then not saying that his father destroyed the whole city, around 50 or 60,000 people, and all these records how they used to kill them running like after bunnies, and they raped the woman inside the mosque, put on the mics, and everything was publicly. So it's just, when you read all this, it's you cannot, it's wow. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us. So the Alawite, they adopt this name to come closer to the Muslims' hearts and the Islam. So they change from this Nusayri to the Alawi, so like Ali radiallahu anh. So because mainstream to emphasize like love to and a connection to Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu, because it's companion of the Prophet alayhi salatu, but original name was Nusayri. And of course, when we talk geographically, They are this family, Assad, they don't actually, they are not Syrians. They are Kurds. They are living very close between the Iran and Iraq in the, I think, eastern part, and a little bit. There is some of them in the city. This is called Latakia. That is their origins, which is very close to that area. And they don't accept Islam. They used to be like or orders people. They converted them to in their faith, what they believe, So that's how they become. But they are only 10% of the whole Syrians, only 10%, and of the population. But they have dominated the whole country, especially military, politically, and the structures, and then of course the economically. So since Hafiz Assad, his father, around 1970, so that's when they start to be very, very strong. Before it was, up and down, because so many cups was, they take over and then somebody take them down, and then they take over and then down, and that's until he, Kalbu Hafiz, he came in, and that's what they did. That's what they did. So let me mention just, of course, their belief, like the founder was named Muhammad ibn Nusayri. That is the student of 11th Shia's Imam, Hassan al-Askari. And after the Imam's death, Ibn Nusayr, this person, he claimed to be a door, like an abab, like you're going through him to the knowledge. That's how they used to. But there is a sect called Babia as well. Babia is from Shia as well, but all of them are out of Islam. So he's Bab, like a door to the to the Imam, and to develop knowledge, theology, and ma'rifah, right? And then historical context, the death of the Imam, the 11th Imam, was without a clear success. There is nobody to take over. So then there is multiple things that happens in their faith, in their sect, and then Nusayrism, or later on they changed the name to the Alawi, so they emerged, and that's how they started to their faith developed. Their belief, what they believe, they don't believe. They are not believers, man. Of course, they believe in divinity of Ali radiallahu anh, because Nusayri or Alawis believe that Ali ibn Abi Talib has divine attributes or is manifestation of God. That's how they build a Trinity, very similar to the Christianity. So the Christianity, they have Trinity, and then if they believe in the reincarnation. They reject like concept of the Jannah, Jahannam, no punishment. So if it's good person, then it becomes some bird or whatever. If somebody is bad, if it's bad guy, it becomes like a Caleb. Probably all of them are killer. Yeah. So they have all the adoption from the Hinduism and the Gnotism. What do you Gnotism? This is other phase of the different things. And then, of course, they don't follow the Islamic teachings. Like there is no something called prayers, zakat, fasting. They don't pay attention to these things, because all these manifestations or the rituals, like they use wine, and of course in the Christianity, same thing. They have when they are taking or breaking the bread, like a bread of is basically the Isa's or Jesus flesh, and of course putting inside the wine is like blood. So that's they have same thing, this ritual, because they probably inherit from the Zoroastrianism, like those fire worshippers from the Iran and some Hinduism things, and they combine their own religion. So in the 1863, the former Nusayriya was older, who converted actually to the Christianity was Sulaiman Adhani. Who that is the one who exposed this sect, and that's how they start to even there is he titled the book, it's called Bakura Sulaimaniya. That is, and then even their teachings, only their imams or their leaders, they know these teachings, but the regular ordinary people, they don't know anything. They do whatever they tell them, but like only certain people know the core of the faith, like their leaders. So basically, there's a lot of manipulation. How can you follow something if you don't know? Like in Islam, you cannot manipulate religion. It must be clear. How you get this the proof from where and this and that. And then the term Alawite, as we mentioned, adopted in 1920s. So that was when there was a colonialism from the French, helped them to take over, the Syrian place and to rule it over. So the Alawites today, they are around, like when you come to the percentage of they came from the Latakia region. So they are around maybe 10% of the Syrians, and those Assad's family, they are not Syrians, they are from the Kurds, from coming, but they are dominating in all kind of the areas in the Syria. So they was controlling everything around. That's why they ruled over 40+ years, and right now, alhamdulillah, everything is uh, baying, everything is clear, so everybody knows what's going on. And the other thing is that Prophet ﷺ mentioned, no matter what kind of the turmoil or temptations are happening, especially that area, Sham, is called generally Sham, is including Palestine, Syria, and Lebanon, and that area. So Prophet ﷺ actually prayed, Allahumma barik fi Shamina wa fi Yemenina, twice, 3 times. And of course, the companions in the Medina asking, blessing for the Najd. He said, that's Qarn Shaitan, like a lot of fitan is coming from there. Many of the scholars, they said it's Iraq. But in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, as the other scholar says, the opinion, how he can make blessing for the Najd, because if it's Iraq was at that time, they used to worship idols and the fire and this, so he doesn't want to make dua for them. So the Najd area is actually well known in Saudi Arabia. That is where right now the Al Saud are from Najd. They came from that area, and they are rulers right now. So all that, the fitan is actually what Prophet ﷺ informed us, and we just need to be patient, and all what's happening, just praying to Allah subhanahu to guide us and help us. But the Ahlul Sham, they always, no matter what kind of the turmoil they will face, because the Prophet said, Al Imanu Sham, because Iman, faith, they are very strong believers, and they know what is true, what is wrong. Even for us, majority of us, about those Nusayris, Alavis, many of us, we don't know about that. They are sect, they are forced by those who colonized this area after the Ottoman Empire was divided. It was planned through the history, and there is so many evidence of that. But Iman is always staying in the Sham. On the end of the day, judgment, he said Iman is there, because those areas is blessed, and those people are so nice. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us and guide us, increase our iman, and save us. Of course, this is not point of the spreading that, but we have to know those sects. They are really working very hard, much harder than we are Sunnis. We are just kind of the quiet, and we don't spread this kind of animosity. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us and guide us. Allahumma ameen. Assalamu alaikum.